Hey guys, this is Blade Blabber here with another video, and as you can see, we're going to be reviewing a spyderco knife today. This specific knife is the spyderco Cricket, as you can see. It is just a normal stainless steel handle model. That's how it comes in the box, along with in some bubble wrap. And here's the blade. Really beautiful knife, but it is a small knife. Just give you a quick look at it here, close up. See that very sharp tip. Alright. So first I'm going to tell you what this knife would be used for. This knife pretty much has one purpose, and that's an everyday carry knife for, everyday chores that you would find in a normal person's life, such as opening boxes, cutting fruit, stuff like that. Just, anything you would need a blade for in your everyday life. And so that's what this would be for. And so now I'm going to go over the specs for this blade. The blade is 1 7/8 inches long, so it is a pretty small knife. The cutting edge on it, though, is only 1 3/4 inches long, and the blade thickness is 2 millimeters. So it's not overly thin. It's still a pretty thick blade for the size of the knife. The blade steel is VG10, which is a great choice of steel. Very nice steel. Holds a decent edge. Pretty easy to sharpen. I really like VG10. Then the closed length of this knife is 2 3/4 inches. And the handle is stainless steel construction with a frame lock, which was put in there to make it skinnier. This thing is really lightweight. It only weighs 1.75 ounces, so that's pretty light. You couldn't get a lot lighter one knife, such as let me think, the Sog Flash one. I'm pretty sure is lighter than this, and it is a bigger blade, but that's mainly due to this stainless steel handle. This handle also is great for engraving, if you want to engrave anything, because it's just a big plate. You have all this room to engrave something if you felt like you wanted to. And the overall length is 4 inches and 9/16 inches. So just about 4.5 inches. It does have a stainless steel pocket clip, which I find works pretty good. I was a little worried about it falling out of my pocket because it's such a small knife, and the pocket clip goes about the whole length of the handle, but it hasn't even moved or anything like that. And you don't have to worry about this tearing your pockets on your pants like some knives do, because that stainless steel handle is very slick, and you don't have to worry about that. It comes out of your pocket easy. Now I'm going to talk about the blade shape. This blade shape is a great blade shape. It's that reverse S, and I was really skeptical about it when I first got this blade. I just didn't think it'd be a very good choice for an everyday carry knife, and but it turns out it's great. That tip that curves in there rips open boxes and any kind of package you want instantly, easier than any knife I've ever used. So now I'm a true believer of these these hawkbill hook-shaped blades. They're great. They just rip right through anything you want. But it wouldn't be very good for like cutting food up and everything like that. But I don't ever do that with my EDC knives. I just grab a kitchen knife. So the main task with my everyday carry knives is opening packages and cutting rope. And this is just great for those things. Like I said, that tip just goes right through any package or rope. with the greatest of ease. So basically, this is the best EDC blade I think I've ever used, just because it just goes through things so easy. And it has the spyderco hole deployment thing. It is a little bit tough to deploy. You're not going to be able to flick it out. I'm sure you probably could if you really tried, but you can still open it one-handed, just not flicking it out really fast. Just because it's so small, and the hole is just too small, so you can't really get that leverage to flick it out, and it's just so close to the blade. But that's not a problem with an everyday carry blade. You don't really have to be getting it out really fast. That frame lock, I've not had any problems. There's no blade play whatsoever. But the pivot point is not adjustable. But they do have these screws right here, so you still can take apart the knife if you really want to. Like if you get a whole bunch of dirt and stuff down there. But it should not be hard to clean this knife because it's such a simple construction. You can just water that down, or you can just take some compressed air, spray down into there, and to clean any dirt out. So I don't think there's any reason to really be taking this knife apart, unless you're doing any modifications, which I can't think of any that you would be wanting to do. And this handle is extremely thin, which is what Spyderco was shooting for. It's just a very thin handle that you don't have to really, you don't notice it when it's in your pocket. I mean, you can forget. This is one of those knives that you can forget it's in your pocket just because it's so thin and it's so lightweight. That's why I really love it for an EDC. Now I'm going to talk about why everyday carry such a small blade. You probably heard this if you watched all my other videos, because I probably say it in every video. But, where I live, the law kind of sucks. I am living in the U.S., I was born and raised in the U.S., so I'm still in the U.S., and I'm in a state which the law prohibits any blade that locks that is over 2 inches. So this is perfect. I wanted just a really high quality knife that had a 2-inch or less blade, and I wanted all the features that a normal knife would have, like pocket clip, deployment hole or deployment stud. And this was just perfect. I was looking at the Spyderco Chicago first, but that's really hard to find nowadays. So this was the next best option, and it turns out this is better than the Spyderco Chicago. There's no complaints about this blade, except I would like a different handle. Some people may really like the stainless steel handle, but it can get scratched up pretty easy, and it doesn't provide a lot of traction. But it has a finger groove right here, so you can. It's more like a 3-finger knife, so you actually do get a pretty good hold of this, because you can really choke up on there. You can go down here, but yeah, I guess you could go down here for more leverage, but it's just a lot easier just to hold it up here. This blade would be really good for like fine tasks, like cleaning out fingernails and stuff like that, just because it's such a short blade, you get so great control over it. It has such a fine tip. It's really good for the fine tasks. It probably wouldn't be great for your really heavy-duty tasks. Like if you're working in some workshop, where your knife has to go through some heavier tasks every day, you're gonna want a little bit of a bigger, stronger knife. This is just more of a, everyday carry knife, like I said. So that's pretty much it. So overall, on the Spyderco Cricket, great knife. It is a little expensive for the size of the blade, but I don't care about that because you get such great quality. You're going to get this knife for about, 50, like I'd say 45 to 60 bucks. You're going to get this thing for, and a lot of people, like I was thinking, that's a lot of money for such a small knife. But like I said, with the laws in my state, it's a great knife for me, and it's just perfect. It's a perfect EDC blade. I recommend it to anyone looking to get a new EDC blade. So that's pretty much it on the Spyderco Cricket. Blade Blabber out.